Okay, we are live. And once again, Tina is back giving me a second chance tonight.
I think it's the other way around.
We had her on last week about her Charmcasting book, and I kind of took all the steam out of that because I was so super excited about the whole idea of Charmcasting and what I did and how I took to it, like how'd you put it, like a duck to water. I do absolutely love it. But tonight we are going to be pulling. I have a lot of decks in front of me. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decks in front of me. One of which is Tina's. And look how beautiful this side is. It's gold. It's just like extremely beautiful gold. And what this is the Beloved Dead Oracle deck. Now she made this with Carrie Paris.
Carrie Paris.
Yeah. And oh my God, what this is now, why it's called Beloved Dead is like everything in here, all these cards, all these pictures, they're all like spirits. Like if they were your guardians or, spirits coming to help you. It's this whole deck, 83 cards.
I forgot. We just kept adding.
Yeah.
To see what Weiser would let us get away with.
Like 81 or 83 cards. So it's a big deck, but Spirit's talking to you. Like, how cool is that? But if you guys put question in the comments, I will pull cards, and Tina's going to do some charm divination for you too, for a reading. And it's like super cool.
I brought like a smaller kit of casting charms, and then I brought some cards too. And then the tarot emblemata, which I know you love. Yeah. So I've got that riding shotgun. So we'll see what happens as soon as we get some people in the chat room.
That is awesome. So I see people that are already in there. I don't know who you are. So put a comment in whether you want some information about life, love, liberty, the pursuit of happiness.
That's right.
All those things, just or just in general. If you want to know something just in general, maybe about what's going on today. Or you can ask us paranormal type questions.
Ask us anything. If you have any questions, hey Bob, any questions at all about even divining or tarot or oracles or casting charms? And I'm certainly going to be bugging Gina to share some scary stories, because I can sit at her feet in front of a roaring fire and a glass of sherry and listen to her talk all night. So
that's so funny. Right. Well, I guess I can start the night off with one of those. We were investigating at a place, and this was way back at the beginning. And I swear, when people are new to the investigating at these different locations and whatever. Now, I was new with this group, okay, and we went out to Rolling Hills Asylum, that's in East Bethany, New York. Okay, so I'm in the basement, and it was like it was a summer kitchen, but they call it a morgue. But where it comes out, there's a junction, right? So it's a room, it's a door, it's in a little area, and then there's a tunnel on this side, a real tunnel that goes down and up over to a laundry area. It was kind of even almost a separate building, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm standing out there because I kept hearing noises. Now, everyone with a camera is inside the morgue because we have all this stuff on the table, so everyone's got all their gadgets on the table. So I'm standing outside the door, and I'm going, I keep hearing stuff. So I'm standing out there, and all I have is a flashlight and a millimeter in my hand. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I hear footsteps, running. Okay. Running down the tunnel towards me. I'm going, guys, right? And then all of a sudden it was a little girl. Now they always say there's a little boy spirit down there, but I know it was a little girl ran right through me, hit me like a sack of potatoes right in the gut. poof, my hair went poof, right? And it went through me. And then there's a blocked off doorway behind me, but it's a door to outside. So she was running down the tunnel to outside. And whether she just didn't know I was there, whether it was her timeline or whatnot, but ran right through me. And so I'm going, ah, all this stuff. Because my millimeter at the time too went from 0 to off the chart. Right?
That's right.
When it was running, and I'm going, guys, and then poof, and then I just went to turn to go back into the morgue, and they were coming back out with the camera, and I'm like crashing into this girl. Poof, 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 poof. That's all you see on the cameras. Between me crashing into her, the screaming, the gittery, the laughing, stuff like that. But it was like so crazy. Now,
so Gina, did you feel like that was something residual?
I think she was playing. I think she was probably playing with that little boy. You know what I mean? And running outside. Maybe her people were outside or whatever. So it was right through me. And never, Bob says, I'd like a reading. Okay. So, I'd never sensed a little girl down there. We never caught a little girl on EVPs or anything like that. So we got the resident spirits and whatnot down there. I got a lot of great stuff on the FLIR there. A lot of things, like, because they had it was like a dumping ground for people back then.
Yeah. Wow.
Tennessee County something or other. But
now, when you call that the morgue, right? You're saying it's like a summer kitchen, but at some time in the building's history, was that ever used as a place?
It's
like a cold room.
Yeah, and they had the big freezer right there, so they didn't have to put bodies in there, And there is a morgue.
Hopefully not at the same time that they were cooking.
I know, right? I'm like going, was the food in there too? And there's just a lot of history in that building, a lot of history.
Oh gosh.
But so Bob wants a reading.
Alrighty.
So let me see. What I'm going to let you.
Bob's like, stop talking already. I want a reading.
I know he's heard all my stories, but I will wait for you. You can do some charm casting for him, and then I will pull a card that I feel.
Can you see the question? Because I can't on my side. So can you field? Bob, would you like to put your question up, please? And hello.
He always just like a general whatever.
A general whatever.
But do you have a specific question, Bob? Work or life or whatever related? Maybe something to do with the union, the things coming up, the situations. So
yeah, that's actually a good use of that's if there's anything work related or how to navigate maybe a difficult personality or
I gotta make it through this year. I feel the same way, babe. The face.
Okay, let's see. All right.
All right. I'm actually gonna pull one of your cards for him for this one, because just for that question.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and see what I can get here too. Of course, we should be instructing people too that it's helpful not to ask closed-ended questions where it's like a yes or no. So what we're going to do is just say, you know what I mean? What do we need to know about this year? In terms of whatever the challenges are, or maybe how to navigate some of the issues.
Yeah, well, that's my baby. That's who I'm marrying. And, and we have a very busy
Absolutely.
year in all our events. He's
so exciting.
The president of the union.
Oh, okay.
At his work. So the transit union, ATU. And he's the president, so he's always constantly under fire from everybody. And they have a big thing coming up where a politician is coming, and he has to put on a big show for him, big spread and everything. So there's that, and then all our events and the wedding and everything. Hi, Alicia.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Uh, okay. So I have a separate sort of deck of cards that I use that kind of give me some context, and they're either numbers or suits or elements. So I have the heart here. So now we know, or at least that grounds me in a sort of romantic or context of relationships. And the card that I pulled for you here has to do with sort of regeneration, and which is a really beautiful card for both of you because it's that sort of hope of that renewed life together, and a new beginning for both of you, which looks extremely auspicious. That being said, very interestingly enough, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of an apple core,
Cool.
a little bit of clouds, and then a beautiful little cup of tea, which means calmly, right on the doorstep of this beautiful leap forward. It looks like there's still an issue here, a core issue that may need to be clarified and discussed moving forward. There's still something that you need to sit down together and iron out. You know, and it's nothing that can't be, but it's just one little aspect here that Bob, does this make sense to you?
Makes sense to me.
It's just one little, couple little like T's need to be crossed and I's need to be dotted, and definitely, maybe just a couple things expressed or whatever. But it actually it looks quite beautiful, moving forward. I don't
So
think that
first,
is a union.
first, I pulled this sovereign card for you. Okay.
Mm,
And then from the sovereign, I pulled another card, and it's one of the acts of love. There's 10 of these acts of love, and this one says do nothing. All right. So first, I'm going to start out with the sovereign. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Right? So here's your thing.
there's
Charged
the union, right?
Charged charged with opportunity to devote energy to something greater than old patterns. The crown is a symbol of self-control, self-discipline, and personal power. When you receive this card, it's a message to embrace your inner sovereign. By reigning in your own right, you become a gracious servant to a higher cause. Dressed, appointed, and consecrated, answerable to the eternal self in a more evolved way of responding to stimulus. Admittedly, when triggered, sovereign will lash out because they feel justified in the moment. When you lose self-control and self-discipline, you abdicate your personal power and self-worth. The beloved dead sovereign says, play the long game. The first step is breaking patterns of self-sabotage and undermining personal power to learn your triggers under pressure. Choosing not to speak, act, or engage until you are on stable footing is perfectly royal and noble choice. Keep calm and carry on. Be the better person. Be an example. What do I tell you all the time? And that's funny because it goes right to where it says, uh, choose not to speak and act. And then the second card that I pulled was do nothing. Right. So
that is a choice.
yeah. So the do nothing card is asking you to sit on your hands. That's right. Stop, blink, give it a beat. Okay. So just give it a minute. Right. Let some things kind of roll out here. Right. So the core intent this card isn't grounded in spirit of indolence and apathy. It is not suggesting that you put your feet up and indulge in some quality navel gazing while others are working tirelessly around you. This card promotes an awareness that in some cases, the wisest, highest good choice is actually inaction instead of action. You don't have to make any decisions or commit to a response at this moment, particularly rash or reckless ones that could lead to future regret. Or maybe you're just worrying about nothing. Impetus resumes with any fine fingering,
Finagling?
niggling, on your part. Let it take its natural course. If you receive do nothing, you may also be directed to well-intentioned energy towards an unserviceable situation. Ask yourself whether your involvement at this time or at all is really sensible. What good can it really do? Can a positive change genuinely be affected? Or is someone better served by just figuring it out for themselves? In this event, this act of love asks you to trust that all is good and let it be. And I love that. And I usually never read the books, but I just got this deck today. I'm just starting it. I'm just getting acclimated with it. So I love I usually do not. I don't even, some of these decks, I have not even cracked open the book. I really haven't, because I can just sit and read the cards. And I will get that way with this one. However, I love what she writes here. I think these are totally amazing. So, oh my goodness. So in that time, we've got a lot going on in here. So first of all, I'm going to star some of these guys here.
Okay. Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah. So I hope
Bob, I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
See, you just got an earful again.
Right. So Alicia says a general read would be cool, and so we will do you next.
Okay.
Hi, Sharon. Hi, Patty. Yeah, these cards are really amazing. They're really cool. So if you have a question for us, put it in the chat. We'll pull cards. Just does the Charmcasting over there. So okay, I'm not going to use her deck right now. I'm going to use this one for you, Alicia. Because I do have 9 decks in front of me, so it's like whatever I feel like drawn to for a person. But I'm going to definitely be pulling more of her cards tonight with this beloved dead. And again, I'm just going to say again while she's doing that her deck is so this beautiful. I don't even know if you can see
all of those were Carrie's choices, and I'm telling you, it's just exquisite. She knocked that out of the park.
Totally. I love it. I absolutely love it.
All right. Alicia, do you I know you said that you just wanted a general reading, but I'm just wondering if you have any ideas, if you've got any kind of a question at all or context, makes it a little bit more helpful, because sometimes general readings can be vague. So if
Hi, Richard,
you still want a general, we can do that, but if there's anything you want to focus on. Okay.
Yeah, try to be more specific, everybody.
It's okay.
This is Tina. This isn't Mama D. I know it's another redhead, and she is from California. I mean Canada, but
She was from California.
But
the weather, we've had like 5 feet of snow. It's ridiculous.
Right?
Okay.
I think this one needs something else.
Okay.
These are the 2 I picked for you. I hold them up here so you know I'm not changing them after what she reads.
Okay. It keeps coming up. Okay. I just keep picking up something with Gina, or sorry, Alicia. I keep picking up something that has to do with a situation where it's like there's just a lot coming at you in the moment. And it's not necessarily like you're typically a real sort of like you've got this giddy up energy, and usually you can take an onslaught of everything. It's like when stuff comes at you, you can field it. But the thing is, if you're fielding it one at a time, then it doesn't seem so overwhelming. But not
See what she put up there? Not particularly, honestly. She written ... love/money ? LOL.
oh,
Right. So what you're just saying already is going with what she's putting up here. A lot of things.
a lot, yeah, just yeah, a lot coming at you. So it's like if you imagine, like little pieces. If you imagine all these things as little pieces of a stick, well, the thing is that when they all add up, and if they come at the same time and they're not staggered, then it becomes extremely like overwhelming. But there are a lot of kind of changes, like a lot of changes with you. Things are like, I feel like you've got like twists and turns and things that are a little bit more unexpected. And also, why am I getting something about like a third party intervention, like a third party? Does this make sense to you? So it's falling on the floor. But anyway, I was just going to say that yeah, it's just standing your ground and starting just to prioritize what it is that you're taking care of. You've got to prioritize and manage your energy so that doesn't exhaust you.
Okay, so these are the two cards I pulled. This was the first one. See, there's two things. So if I pull it this way, it's that one. If I pull it this way, it's this one. Okay, so this is cloud of unknowing. Float in on the clouds of the unknown. Surrender to the mystery and embrace the sacred within. So right now you are facing a lot of different things. The second part, clear mind. Okay, sweep away any doubts you have and know that you are right. Okay, so this unknown, and do you see all the clouds and everything? It's like this. Yes, you're overwhelmed. You have a lot of things going on. Just what she was saying. All these things, lots and lots and lots of things. Prioritize. Get rid of the mundane. Focus on what's really important. So clear the mind, blow away all that smoke and that clouds that's clouding the judgment in the mind, and for you to be able to make your correct choice and the right path that you need to be on right now, because you already know it and you already know the answer.
And you know what, Alicia, too, I don't know why, but I am picking up too that I don't know if you have this issue with people, but it just seems like, I don't know if it's a person or you tend to attract this, but it's almost like people are a little envious of what you've got too. So you've got to be a little bit careful of other people's motives and not let that be a factor. If you're successful and you're doing well, and if it's not convenient for other people, don't let that ruin your day. Just keep going. And pick your battles there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I agree. Oh, we need that. Okay, so Richard Benjamin, you are next. First of all, you said maybe a reading or a card pull, and then you come down here and you clarify a little bit, and you say, my Tammy would move to a warmer climate tomorrow if I asked her to. I've definitely been thinking about it, and I'm wondering if it would be a benefit for us. Okay. Let's see, shall we? Oh, and then Alicia says, I love this. Thank you both so much. Definitely makes sense. Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. See, I knew, now I feel like I've known Tina for a whole lifetime, and I just met her last week, and I knew that she would be great fit for doing this here. And isn't she gorgeous?
Obviously.
She's just...
Hush now. Hush now. Oh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, a fox! I have that charm.
I'm gonna let you speak to that for a second.
Oh, it's my baby.
And I'll actually, Richard, I'll ask you about that too. So what really comes up here, is that you're saying, will it benefit you? So really the thing that needs to be focused on is what I'm getting is work, right? It's whether or not that you can move to that climate. And I actually believe, from what I'm seeing here, is that either one of you or both of you have got your business. It's like it's something that would transfer. If I'm not mistaken, it would transfer, and it would transfer really well. But it would be having to navigate, having to navigate the challenges of what it would look like to move that over into a different location. And then, Gina, I'm going to ask you about the fox, since you're
again. Now I know them because I know Tammy and Rich both are into the paranormal, and that fox is that the keeper of the barrier between our realm and the next. Tread lightly. I know Tammy likes to go. Sometimes you got to back off a little bit, and that's what I got from that right away with that fox. That particular fox can mean something for someone else, okay, but me, it's mind that fox. That keeping that barrier sacred. What's funny is the cards I pulled are definitely more career, oriented. All right. So the first one is expression. You need to work that lets you express your creative self. You could do well at writing, blogging, or a career in communication. Now I know that is not what you do. You kind of do, but you kind of don't. Okay. And then the second one was drama. Beware of the troublemakers in the workplace. The job you want may have too much upheaval to bear. Keep emotions and gossip in check. So, would you move to a warmer climate because you're having these issues at work currently with people currently? Because you know what? No matter wherever you go, there you are. Okay. You can't escape those things. But the communication thing, I know you're a singer. He's a mailman, right? So, and I know, you're in a band and you have this, communication that way. So you're definitely a creative person. And so is Tammy. Tammy is wonderful that way. But just, if you do this, is it really for the warmth, or is it another reason that you want to get out? Right? Because you can't run from things. And I have that like little thing that's telling me that you're trying to escape something, and again, wherever you go, there you are. And so is all the issues. So I hope.
I picked a clarifier too, a little clarifier, and really what this is saying too is that, this is just something you're going to need to think about, because it's one of those big choices that will have long-term consequences. So make sure, you know what I mean, that you're approaching this with a very sort of rational and calm. But I still believe that you could take your existing, whatever it is that you do, you could take it, because it will travel with you. But it's just something where, this is not a little choice.
No.
So
it's not. It's a life changing, and you both do have careers that can be moved to another location, but just if you do move, make sure it's for the right reasons.
It's good, Gina.
So Roger says, will the foxes return to the same location as they were last May at sunrise for me to photograph? Yes. Yes, if I send them, yes. But they are creatures of habit. If they are staying in the same den, they're in their den to have their babies, and then they leave their den, but then they can come back. They might not come back to the same den, but they might come to the same area. But I used to have a little fox that used to come out every morning when I would go with my horse walking down the thing, you know what I'm down the trail to the water. But I mean, we can pull a card for that if you like.
The stars show to the kings the way to follow. This feels out. I can't believe it. This is what happens when you. This is what happens when you play 52 pickup.
Well, the one that's flipped over is the answer. But yes, I pulled a yes, and underneath this, luck is on your side. So I say yes. That, you know, and if so, you must send me the pictures.
Yeah. I do sense too that it's not just in that location, but it does feel too like there could be like another location too, but you will see them, you know, so you'll have that experience. You will have that experience that will be extremely successful. That's so awesome. Yes.
Yeah, and they're so photogenic.
They're so cute. I love them.
I love them so much.
Love them.
Yes. Yeah.
Big question. Okay. I really feel like I want to go back with that.
All right. We do have some other things. And then we have this comment here. Vicky said, I travel to my daughters. I'm able to see you two live doing this, loving this. Thank you.
Hi, Vicky. Hi.
You too. Okay, now Lisa has a question. Could you tell me more about my increasing sensitivity to spirit and your empathy? Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to pull from two different decks. I'm going to pull from her deck, the Beloved Dead deck, and I'm going to pull, I think, my deck here. I'll know once I pull this card, but I'm going to wait for Tina. I'm just going to go first.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to keep up with all of these questions. Sharon, I see yours. And Richard as well. Thank you. That's awesome. Get Lisa back up here.
Oh, wow. This is beautiful. This is very clear.
Oh, cool.
So when talking about this, automatically, what I feel is that what's going to increase your sensitivity and what's really going to help you is for you to start learning how to manage your own energy and ground. So this is really important because that's going to open up channels. It's going to make you clearer. It's going to make you calmer. And so this is going to be just as important as some of the foundational studies and the foundational work that you do when you're opening up to spirit. But it's like staying extremely grounded and well balanced. And I got a beautiful dragonfly, which also says that you will have better days ahead for you, which I think is very important. But also the 4 here also tells me that, you know, some work will probably need to be done with your personal boundaries where spirit is concerned. And you're, you know what I mean? You're just going to have to learn how to set those boundaries because if you're saying sensitivity to spirit, you know, are we talking about, you know, working with, you know, what have you got, Gina?
No, keep going.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm just saying that, yeah, some boundaries as to when you're opening up to spirit and how you're opening up to spirit so that it doesn't affect your well-being. Does this make sense, Lisa?
I got visitation.
Right.
And then my second card is Flames of Passion.
Mm-hmm.
The flames of your passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires they may ignite in your journey. Meaning, let things unroll. Don't force things. Okay. So this one I can see clearly. This visitation is like 2 pages in the book here. So I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it says, do the hairs on the back of your neck bristle? Do you break out in goosebumps? Have you hear murmurings, the images in your mind's eye, even olfactory calling cards such as the unmistakable scent of flowers, perfume, pipe smoke, or a wet dog? Like all these things. So it just goes on and on and on and on and on about visitation, which is really amazing to pull because that's your question. So, yeah, you are getting visited often. Okay. And wherever you go, you're going to feel them, see them, all that kind of stuff. More feel them than see them, but you eventually will see them. Being empathic means you need to ground and shield twice a day, every day, the morning and the night. Okay. But anytime that you are doing any of this work, definitely ground yourself before you even do it and set your intentions, perfectly and clearly. Again, these types of gifts and things you can't push. You can't, that's those flames, because you don't want to go down in the flames. Okay. You don't want it to be too much, because when that happens, how can I say it? It's not a good result. It's not, you might get the wrong spirits coming in. You have to be able to differentiate, like the ones that you need to keep at bay and the ones that you can communicate with and the ones that are going to help you. So you need to differentiate those. You need to set your boundaries clear and precise, and your intentions clear and precise, so that those negative things won't come in. Does that make sense to you? Because it's really important, especially being an empath, that you can have those boundaries, that you can differentiate, okay? Because they're tricksters too, So you got to be careful of what's coming at you, because you don't want to go down in flames. So I hope that makes sense, okay? But yes, you are on a good path. Things are going to happen. They are going to unfold. Your gifts are going to present. You're doing well. Just let them go at its own speed. Do you get it, Tina? You get it.
Oh yeah. You just the thing too is that when if you've got increasing sensitivity, and maybe with the visitation or whatever, exactly, maybe you're I don't know if you had like maybe some early onset mediumship, or were lucky and unlucky enough to have sort of dead people standing at your bed,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
right? But it's up to you. Like, don't be overly thrilled, when overly thrilled when they're presenting. You still have to manage, and you have to stay in control.
Right.
And the reason that I'm telling you need to ground and you need to work on your well-being is because you do not want cracks in your auric armor, because that's bad.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous, exactly, for the wrong kind of spirits. You're not dealing, by the sounds of things, you're not dealing with transition spirits. So you've got to be just make sure too, before you're going into Waverly Hill, if you're a beacon and you're wide open for business, you're also a veritable chum
Target.
bag. You're a
Yep.
chum bag, right?
Yep.
For
Yep.
negative energy. So
Yep.
these are really important things, you know what I mean, to
Yeah.
work on.
You're gonna need a brick building around you before you go into Waverly. Let me tell you about Waverly.
Oh
Right?
yes.
5 times I had plans to go to Waverly. 5 times. Death couldn't go. Death couldn't go. Death couldn't go. Death couldn't go.
Let me guess the
What?
last one.
Guess what?
Shopping.
Death couldn't
Oh.
go. I said, I'm not going to Waverly Hills because I can't afford to lose another person in my life, or my family, or my
Oh
friends,
no.
or anything like that. So I will not go there. That is something that, it took me 5 times to realize to not go there myself. And I'm well seasoned. Okay. And I don't fear for anything, whether that's good or bad. But I mean, because I ground, I really, really ground. This is your first, okay? But seriously, there's so many energies in there. I know, Booth Brothers did their film in there. I know them well. I've had them on the show. That movie that they did, that they shot in there, they got a lot of stuff that wasn't scripted, but that the death tunnel and the nurse that hung herself and all those things are real. Those
Oh
spirits,
my
those
God.
energies are real. There's a lot of stuff going on there, and please, 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 just protect yourself before you go there, because believe me, those spirits know before you're coming that you're coming.
So I wish I could show you here. Sorry to interrupt, Gina, but as you were talking, right, I was pulling, you were saying you didn't make it. So I was curious whether or not she would actually make it or not. 100% you're going, 100%. And that you're going to be, I mean, it's on the front end of it. It feels extremely hopeful. It feels exciting. It feels like you're, going in with, wide-eyed too. But I'm going to tell you the crap that I see here. I talk about a heavy bloody energy, like a horribly heavy energy that has been there and can't be, almost like it can't be cleared. Do you know what I mean? This is like, and then not only that, but there's one charm that I have that tells me a lot, and it's a fly, like rotten. You know what I mean? Like rotten. So you definitely need to have realistic expectations about what you're walking into, and do the work, and do the work before you go. You've got till June to start working a little bit on the meditation, working on your well-being. Don't overindulge in like drinking, or you know what I mean. You just got to keep yourself. You got to keep yourself very grounded and strong, right? So anyway, enough said.
I'm getting
But I
all
got the
even thinking about this.
like black storm clouds. Do you know what I mean? Like really, really, like, I mean, this is
Super cool.
horrible energy, horrible energy. And then I got a little
That was a tuberculosis place.
oh,
And it was all set up. They thought the air was gonna, cure everyone. So like, air and sun, and that's how they kind of set up the
wow.
building. It's massive, 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 and it's dangerous too. So there's a lot of collapsing things. So be very careful in the dark there. Make sure you have your flashlights have extra batteries, because
You're gonna get good stuff though.
Oh, cool.
You'll get good stuff there, but just you
Cool.
need to 100% know what you're walking into, okay?
Yep. Oh, the boot. I love the boot. Oh my God. So just be careful, protect this.
Okay.
Now I just want to kind of put up a bunch of comments. Yes, I do see the other questions. I see yours, Sharon. I think there's one before you, Sharon, I'm pretty sure. Sharon wants a health question. Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah, Roger was saying, yes, pull a card when we were talking about him, and we did. And said, I see you pulled a fox already. He said, thank you. Richard Benjamin said, I love dragonflies. When you pulled that dragonfly.
It's a beautiful one.
Yeah.
I-
Okay. So then when we went to OSR, my name came through 2 times. I'll tell a story about OSR in a little while. You are so very welcome. Love you, Lisa. Love you, girl.
Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, so we got to go up to Sharon. Sharon wants a health question. I got to find her.
Right.
I know you're in here, Sharon.
Thanks for doing this, Gina. I can't see
I
anything.
love doing this. Usually Mama D is the one that does all this part of it. And then we're going to go to Patty Meyer is going to be after you, Sharon. And then I think we're caught up. So Sharon is health. Okay. No, you know what? I want to do one of these. I know that this is a health deck, but I'm going to go here.
Oh, that's great.
I love that. Oh my God. I've got one for you so far, Sharon.
Okay. So, okay, Sharon, this is, really general without really knowing too much, but, so, I mean,
Pretty
the
rough.
thing is too, Gina, I don't know about you, but I'm not always fond of reading about health, like,
Yeah, it's pretty, it's
because I always believe too,
rough.
I'm sure I'm sure that you're, seeking sort of medical. But health is a difficult one to read with. But I've got two cards here that are saying that despite worries, that I see you getting through something difficult. Like, I mean, I've got two cards of thumbs up here. I mean, two cards saying that things will look and feel better, and that you get through a tougher period. And one little comment about whatever the issue was, and I don't understand this, but maybe you would. But one little something about a condition masking another, so it wasn't just maybe one issue, but like a couple that made it difficult. But I actually do see that there's better days ahead. Like, I think it's something you get through. Does this make sense? What have you got, Gina?
Something completely different. I got, well, Pegasus transcending. Okay. So having this is like, when people always say, when you think yourself better, you know what I mean? When you're hot, think yourself cold and you can be cooler. You know what I mean? It's like the magic of your inner power, so that can transcend you through some of this. This can help you feel better if you just kind of change the attitude a little bit and just believe that better days are ahead. I know that they're tough. Believe me, I know that they're tough. But then I pulled this card, and this is a really, really odd card. I've never, ever pulled this card before. I didn't even know it was in the deck. And it's a protection card. And um, this image of this hooded man with the X's on the face, those light up X masks things. Kind of reminds me of you because you do that gaming kind of stuff, But protection, it says, you are being protected from deceit and from situations that no longer serve you. Lie low for a while and you will be shown the truth. So now this could mean a couple different things. You have other situations going on in your life at the moment besides the health. And I think that you're not everyone is being honest with you because of your health. Like they don't want to tell you things because of your health. However, as a mom and stuff, I know you need to know the truth. I think you need to ask for clarification for some things that are going on externally, outside your health, and get that, because that's weighing on you. You know what I mean? So this transcending part for you to actually feel better and to be more able to be on the mend, you need to clarify what's holding you back from being able to do that. So someone that's protecting you is actually not protecting you. It's actually causing you more harm. So that's what I'm getting from these two cards. And then I actually went to the other deck, and then I pulled one more because I'm just like, I need a finish to this. And I got Tide of Transition. Okay. And you see the couple there in the water. All right. So embrace the tides of change with openness, allowing the ebb and flow of life to guide your transformation into love and work. But work could also be like substitute health. Okay. So love and health, because I think it's all very, very on the same plane. Okay. That's what the things I think I see need to happen for you to feel better. That makes sense. I hope it makes sense to you.
Gina, are there any, and maybe Sharon, are there any
The
bad habits, bad
Her body's shutting down to way too much trauma. Brain shuts down, pass out, has seizures, being taken off all her medications and rebooting brain and body. See, her insurance is like mine. I fought for an insurance for a RX and I lost, so I'm not getting it. So now I'm like, but my situation, your situation, completely different. Yours is more life related. Mine's more, suicidal.
Yeah.
She says, perfect reading. Thank you both. But
Well,
what's going on?
I still think that it feels like, yeah, hard time. And I did get this charm. And I was going to ask if you can take a look at it. I got that reversed. And to me, that's like a clouded head, right? I didn't say it, but that's the charm that I got. It's like a little man with a moon on his head, right? But it was like reversed and upside down. So it's like I almost felt like, is it head related? But then I also felt like it was not just one thing. It was like a couple things coming in here. That's going to require you to, do you know what I mean? To really kind of fight for, feeling better and being better. So it, and also that masking, like you know how you saw in that card, that masking,
Yeah,
that's because stress will do that, right?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
maybe establishing, like, to a regime and of feeling like getting out there and starting to make better choices with like maybe even diet too and exercise. Sharon, get out there a little bit, because I actually do feel like you can get through this. Okay, I think you can get through this.
Yeah, there's a lot of, the trauma and the medications that you're used to that you've been taking for so long are just like gone. It's like an instant thing. So you're going to be, going through withdrawals from all that medications and all the things that you're used to. So it's like, it's just throwing your body into all kinds of upheaval. You really do. Yeah. You got to move. You got to get this stuff, your fluids going again, too. So move what you can, how you can,
Big hug, Sharon. Huge hug.
yeah, huge hugs. So she
Feel
doesn't.
better, sweetie Kay.
She's a love. She's a total love. Hi, Heather. If you guys want readings, just put the questions in the chat room. I got to go find the other question back here. Okay, so Patty says, may I have a card pull for my daughter? We're in a waiting period after chemo and radiation. Will it be good news May 1st at her PET scan? May 1st is her PET scan. So all right. Up to Sharon. Christopher Boggs, the mortician. He's in here. Can you make a little more specific of a question for the cards and the charms and put that in the chat room? And Stacy, do you want a card? And Sharon, Patty is sending her love to you, and so are we.
Mm-hmm.
Flip. Okay, that is not giving me the answer I need here. Okay, let's see. Pull your deck. Just telling me I need to pull out my moon kit cards.
Mm.
Patty says, thank you. Yep. Working on it, working on it, working on it.
Okay, Gina, I'm going to let you go first.
Oh, I'm just not even ready. Okay. All right. I have expectation. Okay. And then I have watching clouds, lay back, rest, and relax. Okay. So the two of these together, I'm going to need another. Oh, hey, hold on. There's two cards there. One is the Explorer. I'm going to look up these cards because these are new cards for me. All right. So
I can tell you what the Explorer is.
Okay. Well, please do.
And the only reason is because it's matching what I've got here.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So
what do you have there?
I think that not really understanding the language and the context, but I think after it's going to develop into different choices or different opportunities for other treatment plans. So they're going to explore. I guess what I'm feeling is that they're going to explore more, and I'm not quite sure, but what I'm feeling possibly is that there could be another cycle. Are you anticipating that there's going to be additional rounds of something after this, Patty? Do you know already?
Well, I think she just had her.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be good news? Well, she just finished her round, right? So then they have to do a PET scan to see if there's more rounds. So May 1st, I guess they'll find that out. Yeah, let's see. She's not putting anything in here right now.
I just what I feel is that it's
Hopefully surgery.
Yeah, there's going to be more investigation. There's going to be more. There's just going to be more. That's going to put them on track for maybe different ways of dealing with this or conquering this.
So I'm just reading this kind of quickly. I'm skimming. All right, so we know what expectations are, but then this is a cautionary tale that expectations and blind dates, perceptions about people, places, and things and events will always manifest as you mote it be. Expectation reminds us that in life, a perpetual state of flux, like a curl in the middle of your forehead. It doesn't always behave the way it's been told. Nobody's perfect. People screw up. Everyone is unique in their own, with their own hand wiring. By all means, set goals and high standards for yourself, but also ensure that they are realistic. When setting goals, both complete and success and total failure are unreasonable expectations. Yeah, so it's like, okay, with that right there, I'm going to stop reading because that's what I needed to hear. All right, yeah, our reasonable expectations. What we want to happen is going to not be what's going to happen. Like this Explorer. So explain the Explorer.
To me, the Explorer is that they're going to open up other avenues of exploration, but I also did pull surgery, I think, right?
Good.
So they're going to open up dialogues and explore other avenues. So that's kind of what I get. So I would have loved to have picked up, okay, it's all good and we're done here, right? But that's not kind of what I'm feeling. But also there's not a feeling of hopelessness.
No.
There's a feeling like they've got a trajectory moving forward. And it's going to be on point.
Yep. Watching clouds, right? Lie back, rest, and relax means it's just take your time. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time, but yeah, I mean, it'll end up being okay. But you know, you're going to go in there with all those high hopes and everything. And you know, anytime that there's something like this, there's always that potential of setbacks and everything that can derail us. So just don't let it derail. Just know that this is what has to happen at this time. And, you know, just like be this card, be the that lay back, relax. Okay, all right, this is what we got to do. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. Just do what you got to do. We'll do it. You know.
You know, one of the things that I do like to see too, Gina, when we're dealing with something like this, is I like to actually feel that whoever's stepping up to the plate to deal with this is accomplished and they know what they're doing. And what I really do feel is she's going to get incredible attention, you know, and she's going to get the best here. I'm really, really feeling like they've got a direction and they'll have some insight, because the worst thing is when you know what I mean, you feel like you can't trust you know, you can't trust the practitioners. But I think, you know, that there's going to be some expertise here, and there's going to be definitely something moving forward in discussions and conferences and not conferences, but you know,
Talking,
right,
talking with everyone, come up with a game plan. You know what I
game
mean?
plan, correct.
There's going to be all that. The dialogue is going to be happening.
Patty, I wish you the best with this.
Yeah,
I'm
me
sending
too.
you great juju here.
Yeah, wholeheartedly. Okay, so I have. All right, now Christopher, you didn't put up anything more specific. So, what do you want this to relate to? Okay. If you
Christopher, you probably have seen charms. The only thing is that they're hanging off of people's bracelets and their necklaces.
right, and they are a great divination tool. They are fantastic.
Chairmcasters just go cut them all off.
By God, I mean, this. You want to learn about them? This is your book. That's your gal. She wrote this book right here. You know, she's amazing, and now she's like my. I have to say, my second favorite redhead from Canada, because Monty is my first.
Yay! I still have to meet her.
Yes, you do. She said she's gonna try to sneak out of work and pop into the chat room.
Oh,
You can sneak out of work and pop in the chat room, then sneak out of work and pop into the room.
that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't it? I mean, oh, you love her. You love her, love her, love her.
Christopher is a mortician. I love it.
Yeah, and his daughter is a 9-year-old paranormal investigator.
Oh my gosh!
And I call her. I named her. She's the parakeet because she's 9, and you know, so I'm the parafox. She's the parakeet, and then when I retire, she can take over the parafox.
Okay,
I like the
Christopher.
it grows its tails.
Anything? Let's see what's coming up. All right, we find general readings. Christopher, is there anything specific that you would like to know? Is there anything?
Yeah, I keep on asking him. I don't even know. Are you still here?
Yes, he's here. Work related. Hang on, let me see. Career related.
Is that work related?
I just pulled. Okay, let me see.
Right.
All right.
And Andrea, welcome, new subscriber. Awesome. My beautiful sister and family. We're always welcoming new people to the family. I love it. So Chris, I'll go first. I have grounding for you. Go deep, explore your roots. All right. So if you want just in general thing here, because you guys are so into the paranormal, again, I'm going to say how important it is to ground, protect, and shield yourselves from all the things. Plus, being a mortician, you're around the dead all the time. But this exploring your roots, do some ancestry training, and look into that kind of aspects of the paranormal and your direct history. That's always a fun thing to do, and that in and of itself is a grounding ordeal to go through. But I'm going to see what Tina has for you, because then I'll know if I need to pull another card from somewhere. Oh, and I also have the Rebel deck, people. You know, the one that wears at
I
you.
think
Hilarious.
I think this one actually, Christopher. I keep like putting myself back in the chair because I keep sliding forward. That's why I pop up like this.
I'm constant. I'm a fidget.
It seems to have the cards are just telling me there's like some sort of a little issue. There's like some sort of a decision surrounding Christopher, your job, your career, where the thing about the decision is that it's either something that you're unwilling or unable to make for some reason. So you're at a little bit of a standstill on whatever this issue is. I don't know if it's to continue with something or there's a specific issue in the workplace, but what it's just reminding you, just it seems that things are a little bit stressful, and it looks like something has just sort of is on the cusp of escalating. And it's reminding you to you work well under pressure. You work extremely well under pressure, and it's just reminding you that you're you're going to be fine because you're the kind of guy that gets forged in fire, and you kind of you actually do thrive. So it's an extra little reminder. But if I knew more about what this issue was.
So I got all right. So besides my grounding and explore your roots, my second card when she started talking is Pathfinder. Okay, and the fine print here, once I put on the cheaters, is trust your inner compass to illuminate your path through love and career, revealing the direction your soul wishes you to explore. Bingo. I knew I needed you to speak to get my
I wonder, Christopher, if you're still in that chat room, is this a decision about whether or not you want to change professions, or is there something just maybe temporarily? Like, is there something just temporarily where, you know what I mean? It's just very annoying. So,
he pretty much just started at a new place, at a new
funeral home.
Mm. So maybe there's some kind of conflict going on there, or something that needs some communication to help that through. Well, let us know if that makes any sense to you there, Christopher.
Yeah, let us know if we can get more specific. So you know what I mean? If there's a question that we can actually take a look at, rather than spend all the time with the diagnosis, we can get to some solutions for you.
All right. So then we have Heather, and then we have Stacy. So Heather says, I would like to know where my employment is heading. Will I advance or just stay where I am?
Okay.
Right. I'm going to pull one from this and pull one from that.
It's validating. Okay.
That's a pretty powerful card. Cool. This is fun. This is not fun. I love doing this. And Andrea, new subscriber, if you have a question that you want us to pull a card for, just put a question in the comments there, and we'll do our best to answer the question. Heather.
Oh, it always does that. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, okay.
I get through.
Okay. So, Heather, what I'm, sorry, I just keep pulling here because I can see what kind of, so the first thing that I pull here for you is that it seems like oh my gosh, you have got so much ability and potential, and you're truly, I mean, I don't know if it's like creativity or you just you've got so many skills. I mean, you've got you're like you shine, you really shine. You've got a lot. And the issues that you've been going through, it just seems that you're in an environment where either people are taking you for granted or or what's that?
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
That is the
Right.
good.
That
I'm reading
people,
that.
it's been really hard to advance. It's been a struggle to advance. And I don't know if this has to do directly with somebody that is like a senior, or like someone that's like a direct boss that you answer to. But I don't, I don't, I see that there is potential, yes, for advancement, but you've got to really pursue it. You've got to really go and you've really got to pursue it. And you may have to pursue it in a manner too. Maybe that's a little bit out of your comfort zone, if that makes sense.
So my first card that I pulled for you was Resurrection, which is a very powerful card, right? So it's like shake off the past and rise again. Reinvent yourself, and you will rise up from the ashes even more powerful. Now that could potentially mean staying where you are and just reinventing yourself. Well, the second one I got was Signs. Okay, and this person is in like an Egyptian tomb here, right? So it says, you're putting together pieces of the puzzle from signs you are getting. Pay attention to the coincidences that you are experiencing. All right, so this is being laid out before you. So you just got to look for it. Okay. And then I got the Shine card, which is her card. Okay. So I was just reading on this. I'm just going to read this part of it quickly. It's like, it starts here. If you receive Shine, the Oracle reminds you that your choices, thoughts, actions, and behavior generate energy, which in turn creates a vibration or a frequency. One energy can seed another. For example, if your self-esteem is scraping the bottom of the barrel, that becomes ideal territory for lower vibrational energy, such as jealousy. That is always a problem for people, especially in a workplace. This is all communicated at your luminous body or aura, which is an energetic expression of your state of being. Simply put, when you feel good, you shine. Positive, upward spiraling emotions are high vibration. They include love, self-love, joy, acceptance, happiness, serenity, peace, freedom, faith, objectivity, forgiveness, courage, patience, and awe. Stormy, downward spiraling emotions are low vibrations. They include anger, hatred, intolerance, overindulgence, grief, sorrow, guilt, shame, worry, depression, regret, resentment, revenge, blame, impotence, and irritability. There's also a neutral state, which is unfeeling and stuck, boredom, apathy, entitlement, and you can get put, it says in a gridlock, but you can get put there. So what I'm getting from my resurrection signs and shine is you're having issues at work because people are jealous of you, because you do shine, because you do have all these abilities. They may be jealous of you, so they try to put the thumb down on you, right? So don't let them do that. Shine, shine, okay? Be good. Don't be boasty and that kind of shine. You know what I mean? Don't put people down for you to shine. Just shine, right? You do you, and your work will progress you, right? If you trust that you are enough, trust that you're it, right? You've got it. That's what I'm getting from those. Does that make sense? So I think you'll go forward. I think where you are.
You certainly have the stuff. That's not, you certainly have the gifts, and you certainly have got the ability, and you've got all that going on. But maybe what you don't have is some of that ruthlessness that other people have, where they can just naturally step in and demand and command, and you know what I mean? And also they, having that, like, a little bit of that open, like I'm sensing like that open chi, like that wonderful, nice energy, does, I mean, you become a little bit of a predator magnet, you become,
Yeah, it's
you,
like that empath
right.
narcissist thing, that
Yeah.
because the narcissists are always going after empaths, and good souls always trying to, getting laden down by the bad souls. That's their insecurities. Their insecurities they put out onto you because, they think you're a target, because you're nice. So just don't allow it. Don't be mean, but don't allow it. And then just do a really, really good job, because that's what ultimately it's all about, is do the best that you can, and you will get noticed for it, and you will get rewarded for it, right?
It's confidence too, sometimes it's confidence. It's going after it, and using, like I said, using maybe some techniques, and actually stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit, and going, like, really driving after it. So I mean, it's possible, it just may not be comfortable, and I can really see what the resistance in that workplace, there is. It's not as easy, but you've got to believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. Don't take no for an answer. You've got this.
Yeah, you got it. You got the stuff. Now, Stacy, hi Stacy. I would love to know about this year, my traveling for new careers. Am
Oh,
doing permanent makeup, PMU, and mediumship cold cases. Ooh, okay.
wow.
Okay, that's really cool. It's really cool. Love that, Stace.
Wow, that's cool.
This is a huge field, and the right people on that job is really needed.
Okay.
Too many people going without questions being answered that they so desperately are seeking. It's still not there yet. Pull that science card again. Signs.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
This is good. Okay.
Hmm. I got 2 cards on romance. You got a budding romance that we should know about? I got 2. I got 1 career, 2 romance. Heather says, it's so crazy. I'm blown away. Everything you're saying is ever so true. And then, let's see. Love this. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. Yeah. So, Stacy, is there some kind of romance that we should know about? Just because I got 2 romantic cards? And it would be in the workplace. Like, is someone hitting on you in the workplace? Or are you romantically, I got carried away. Let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of a romantic moment. And I got relationship, business partners, office love, affairs, and communications with coworkers are highlighted now. Make choices with extreme care. And then I got the Explorer card again. Like, out of all these 83
Yeah, that's wonderful.
cards, I got Explorer again.
Oh my gosh. This is really great. Okay. So Stacy, so the cards that are showing up for what you're doing are really good. I mean, are really good. And I get the number 1, which kind of is the framework for everything. So this is a real year for you for personal development, huge year for personal development. So it's really funny because you're getting relationships and I'm getting that her priority and her energy or whatever should be directed to self. Whether or not that's going to be very attractive to other people, it usually is. But yep. I'm really getting that this is the emphasis and the real push this year is going to be on focusing on your own skills and your own ability, and focusing on eliminating things that are going to take away from the attention to all of this that you're going to need. And now I don't know if you're working closely with a mentor, but I do see that there's a possibility that there's somebody that you're working with or is around you that's going to be extremely helpful for you. And I don't know if this is with either that or whether or not this is something you're looking to get into, right? Is to become a teacher and to become a mentor with this. But I've got 2 cards that are investigative cards. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of development on, I know you're doing the cold cases, but a lot of emphasis on learning that police side of it, if that makes sense. And I'm getting 10 of cups. Like I'm getting, it looks really good. This is going to be a very, you're going to feel a little burnout at times. Don't get me wrong. I do, I'm seeing the sun reversed here. So I do get that this is going to be taxing for you energetically at some point, but it just looks beautiful. So congratulations, Stacy. This is a great path for you.
Okay, so I got the Explorer card one more time. So explain the Explorer card.
Well, I mean, that's going where no man has gone before, so essentially, no matter what, this is all going to be new. I mean, you're going to be, new things are going to be, you're constantly going to be dealing with things that are, not familiar, right? It's going to put you into that territory. And I mean, not only is this going to be great for your learning, but you're also going to be, especially with, do you know what I mean? With the mediumship and the cold cases, this is all about developing and heading into areas that most people aren't in, and they don't get to see, and they don't experience. So this is going to be really amazing. But it also means that you're going to be traveling into places that you've never been before, and your experiences are just, I mean, it's an adventure. It's going to be completely adventurous. It looks beautiful.
And then I did get the signs card again. Okay, so that's a lot of different things. Okay, putting together the pieces of the puzzles from signs you are getting. Pay attention to coincidences that you experience. All right, so that is definitely the work related. I did one more. I did Crystal Cave, which is trust. Now look at all the crystals. Look at this divination woman in here who is just
Wonderful focus, right?
focused, totally focused. She's in a cave. She's doing nothing but oracle. She's doing nothing, it's trust. It's in her own abilities. That's you, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's you 100%. So yes, that and that. But then again, I got the two relationship cards. So in this relationship card, this one's not work related, but it's still a relationship. But this one, this business partners, office, love affairs, and communication with coworkers are highlighted now, and make choices with extreme care.
Is it possible, Gina, that relationship could be with not romantic, but it could be working in a relationship with, like I said, a mentor or somebody that.
Right. Yeah. But this one is let yourself get caught up in a romantic moment. So it's very,
I just picked a clarifier, 2 of Cups.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there you go.
Just be careful. Know that you're on the right path. You're doing wonderful things. You're gonna knock this one out of the park. All right. So that's gonna be so much fun. And you got to keep me in the loop about this whole thing. I really want to know. This is like amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Hope all that makes sense. And now I gotta kind of check here what's going on. So Heather was saying hit the nail on the head. And this one, okay, so this is the newest new subscriber. Okay, what's the next actions from Carlos towards me in our relationship? It's hot, right? In somewhat contact. Texted me yesterday night after not hearing from him since February 1st. The total of 5 times I've talked to him. Okay, well, let's see where this goes according to the cards. And let's see. Stacy, romance is good. Heather says, I love those cards. These cards are all, they don't lie. See, sometimes you don't get the answer to the question that you ask, but you get the answer to the question you need to hear.
Like the truth.
How are you? I know.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay. I got, this is the first one that I pulled up was distance. Okay. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. Okay. So that's just one. And you've already said this right here. Okay. So this is just confirming the facts. Okay. Now I want to go and dive deeper. So the cards are, and one just went flying.
Well, Gina, I'm interested in what you got.
Acceptance. Okay. Acceptance. Do you see this?
Mm-hmm.
This is what a beautiful woman that is. She looks to be like Alaskan or a
indigenous
woman. Yeah. And it's like just there's so much going on in this card. Starry Night, acceptance. Okay. So that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. Hopefully not, but on my cards, I'm still working on a story here. So I've got, the cards are starting to tell a story, right? So they've already confirmed your distance. Acceptance of what is okay, make it work. You have the tools you need to succeed. You have to put in the effort. You're excellent working with your hands and fixing problems. Well, but that part, because it's work, but that means it's going to be work, dropping stuff all over the place for you. So, you know, I think it's going to be work. You got to accept that it's going to be work, and it's going to take a little time. But now go, 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 go. What were you going to hold up there?
Well, it's really interesting because I got a couple things here, right? So I did get the relationship validating charm, but also a wood screw. So just as you were saying, you know what I mean? You know how to get your hands into it and work, right? So what I got automatically is that it's like this is like a heavy, this is something heavier for you. It's almost comes in the form of some sort of a lesson, maybe, or a pattern or something that needs to be learned for you. Because what I'm seeing with this is that you're really, really good at dealing with stuff like this.
We have new comments from her too.
Oh,
She said
okay.
she wants to pick her up on Friday and stay the weekend.
Correct.
Nothing happened. And then
Correct.
there's one more.
Because
We just got back together in August after being apart for years. We
Mhm.
were engaged in the past. Okay. This is good information to have. Okay.
on some level, I get that you take on a lot and you accept a lot from people. And the reason that you do this, even though you can be personally frustrated or overwhelmed, it's because you're good at it and you're used to doing it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you should. So what this is saying is that in some way, shape, or form, there's a bit of an alarm bell here for me, because um, what we'd like to see is more of a balance and more of a reciprocation, not just a flurry of interest when it's been cold and then there's a flurry of interest here. So the question is whether or not I think you're being treated in a way that you truly deserve, as opposed to what you're kind of used to with him. And so it's basically a question, is does do you feel like this is a very stable union, or has it been up and down and all over the map? Because I'm getting a little bit of a heads up that you want to see it being more moderate. There's extremes. Either he's not there or he's there a lot, right? But it's that middle zone where you have to ask yourself, life is short. Is this really what you see yourself going back into? I've got my carpe diem little charm here. Life is short. And I know that there are emotions there where he's concerned. You've got strong emotions where he's concerned. But whether or not are you settling for something just because you know how to fix it? But you're the only one doing all the work. So I guess that's just a question that I would ask.
Okay. Now on those lines, I pulled a couple more cards, as I'm sitting here. So I've got quite the array, quite the story being told. Okay. So first of all, I've got this journey into the moonlight. Okay. And this is believe in magic. All right. However, this is like a fantasy land. Okay. And now I have transform, turn disruptions into growth by aligning actions with your values. Okay. So between the two of you, okay, your values. Okay. How do you rate yourself? Okay. This is a very personal card. And I think this is the one that's like the end all be all of this whole situation. All right. How do you rate yourself? Do you rate yourself that you want to be in a relationship that someone's going to pick up, put down, and pick up and put down? I would demand, are you staying, or is this going to be, more of the same that we've been through? Because, you have to accept too the truth that comes out of that. Okay. Because that came up there too. So out of all these cards, yes, we have that you've been apart. Yes, I mean, if you could make it work, if you want to put in all that work, but a relationship shouldn't be that much work. And then you shouldn't degrade yourself or devalue yourself in order to make a relationship work, because why? It's comfortable, you know it. You know what I mean? Um, do you think that there's not someone else? I mean, the world is full of men. It's like hundreds, thousands, and billions of them out there, right? So there's lots of ways to find them too.
I don't
You
know if
know,
that's good news or bad news.
I know, I don't. But it is. It's like, okay, sit back and think of you. You know, put you first in this whole thing. Okay, and then it's like, okay, what do I want? I want these things. If you want to write down a list, you know, I want this, 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 and this. Can you give me these things? Right, I deserve these things, right? And then hand him the list. And if he can't do that, then you know,
Gina's right. You know, there needs to be some sort of you need to take a little bit of an inventory on what your own core values are. And the other thing too is that when you're, um, when you're thinking about the situation and what you're going to do, it's just, you can't all be emotion here. It's got to be a balance between your rational thinking and your heart, right? But you need to get your head engaged here and get
she
it
did.
out of the, yeah.
She said she told him that she was busy.
Yeah, just have that date with yourself first.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, have that date, because it's been a flurry, and and we can be flattered, and we can be like, oh wow, this is awesome, I haven't heard from them, you know what I mean, and then we're reacting,
And then you're back in that cycle.
and you're back in that pattern again, right? You're back in on the hamster wheel. So just take a little bit of a pause, take a little bit of a beat, and ask yourself, you have to be your own self advocate, and you'll know, trust me, you'll know, feel it out. Just because you can fix things doesn't mean that you should always be the one that has to. That's the problem. And that comes from our childhood too. Sometimes that is, when we're growing up too, that we're in a household where we were as kids, or kids, and had to fix a lot or deal with a parent like that. So we're used to too. So that could have its roots in early childhood too. So just explore, just know what you're up to.
Mhm. I agree. I hope that helps you. I really, really
Really
do.
do, Andrea.
And we send you all our best, and the best of luck in the situation, and in your life. Just smart choices. So, and Sharon wrote in here, the charm with the man upside down, that could be her, mostly in bed if she can't get up much because of dizziness, shaking, and balance. I moonbathe as the moon shines in my window. So I was going to say about the goddess Diana, the moon goddess. That's why I was like, I got to pull out my moon cards, which are actually right here, and it's like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to pull a moon card for you, Sharon. Just because I thought about it, and then you just put that in there because I mean, I walk into a room and go, why did I walk into the room? But I pulled them and I put them over there, but I just didn't take them out.
So sorry about that dizziness. That's
Yeah, the poor girl. She's in just such rough shape.
does the
Damn insurance companies, damn Trump, and damn everything else that's going on. Your commitment is being tested.
You're right.
Yeah, it sure is. That's the first quarter moon too. So yeah. Oh, Sharon. I don't know why you have to go through all these tests. You don't deserve all this, but yeah, you're definitely being tested. Gate of opportunities. Pass through the gate of opportunities. The new paths. I can't see it.
So I love that. I love that comment about the moon bathing too. Sorry, Gina, go ahead.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's your window right there. Gateway of opportunities. Because it's a window, right?
Part of the trauma, because we were talking about the trauma, like part of it. So I don't know. I sometimes set my day. I'm just gonna say if this,
Vicky.
hey,
No!
I set my day in the morning. I'll go and put on a little bit of on my iPad or the TV even, but I put a YouTube channel on that's like one of those ambiance rooms. So it really kind of helps the energy in the room, right? I'm not going to watch the news in the morning. I'm not going to even scroll on my phone in the morning. There's certain things that I can actually feel that start there. You know what I mean? They just make you feel crappy, right?
Yep.
Like the news being one of them. So sometimes I'm just wondering if that would be a little bit helpful just to kind of change your neural pathways a little bit, where you're losing yourself in something nice and calm. I know it's not going to be the answer for some of the things, right? Exactly. It's just swap up the neural pathways a little bit, change them up a little bit. And like you said, the moon bathing, it's peaceful and it's tranquil and it's relaxing. And so, I mean, maybe make some of those a little bit more of
But
your daily routine.
what else is also nice and calm and relaxing and stuff is real bathing. Bathe with some essential oils and some, crystals and things that you can put in your bath, and all these things just to help you detox your body and your brain and your mind, and you know what I mean? Bring in new energies and stuff. I would start surrounding yourself with some crystals. Put them all around your bed, healing crystals. Your selenite one, get rid of the bad juju, all that kind of stuff. You want to bring in some good karma, good magic in these crystals and stuff. I always have these crystals out when I'm doing these things. But I also have these two that I have like around my cards, and it's like I really do believe in this, the power that comes from these stones, and I know that they can be activated in the bath too, and especially with some oils and things, and they have all those kits. And yes, and Zoe,
Right.
yes, kitties are always good for
Grounder.
yeah, yes, unconditional love, like that innocence, your innocence card. I was like, oh, I love that card. Oh, such a beautiful card.
You can feel it, right? You can, yeah.
And it was like and you referenced it as a pet's love, just like so innocent, pure, and unconditional.
Sure. And that's what we need more of, actually. Things that aren't so complicated, that are pure, that just helps us kind of raise our vibration. People that are like that, and and animals, certainly connecting with animals, and that's really great. Yay, Zoe. Thanks, Zoe.
Yeah. So we have only 10 minutes left. If someone else, I think I got everyone's question in this chat room. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anybody. I don't think I did. If I did, please put up the question again, but there's like a lot in here. So I'm pretty sure I got everybody. But if you have another question, or you would love.
Vicky.
Love a card. Okay. Is there a specific question, Vicky? I love this picture.
Vicky's very talented, by the way.
I love this picture.
Very talented reader and charmcaster.
Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. Perfect. So is there any specific question?
I think she's traveling. So maybe just pull a couple of.
And Heather says, absolutely love you, Gina. Tina. All right. And always have an amazing guest. Tina's awesome. Thank you for your readings. Love you. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So this is what Heather was saying. Okay. You are the best. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you too. We can do career or whatever comes. Okay. And you're open. Oh, you are the bomb. She says you are the bomb.
No, you are. I know you are, but what am I?
Right? I know she is. That's why she's here again 2 weeks in a row. I freaking love her. I love her. She's amazing. And I love what she does with the charms too. And I have my kit is like expanding. Oh, okay. So I have ups and downs. You work with potential for both advancement and stagnation. See if there's hope, but allow yourself to move on if needed. But check out this staircase.
Wow.
It's like this spiral staircase. Now, what does that mean? You go around in circles, you can get yourself turned around, you can do all the things. So yeah, ups and downs, that's life, isn't it? I mean, that's what we do every single day. We have to balance. But potential for both advancement and stagnation. So stagnation is a self-choice. Advancement is your potential. So let me get another one here. Trust yourself. Let your intuition be the compass that leads you through the murky waters. See, getting your own fist pump there. You got it. You got this. So for your career, yeah, all right. It's not going to be smooth sailing, but you've got this. And as long as you trust yourself, you got this. You got it in your own rights. So I'm going to let her, because she's getting all set over there, go on.
Okay, hang on.
She said, you guys are hilarious. Sorry, I'm in so late. Yeah, where were you? What's going on? Currently in stagnation? Well, you can
nailed that one.
get yourself out of it,
Yeah.
right? Because, hey, you got us. We'll give you that fist pump. Let's go. Let's go, girl. Girl power. Poof. You got this.
The first, I guess, thing that I picked up on, so that gives me a little bit of a validation. But let me just take a look at what's going on.
I haven't pulled fairy cards for people. I'm going to pull a fairy card for you too. She looks very serious. She's very serious. Let me ask you, do you like fairies?
Okay. Who, me or Vicky?
I'm always afraid when Tina gets in the zone.
No, pick some fairies for Vicky too. Yeah.
Oh, we have another new person, Strawberry Field Fairy.
Sorry, Vicky.
Fairy cards.
Just trying to see what's happening here.
I bet this card is going to have to do with what she's pulling. We'll see.
What's that? Sorry? Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So I'm going to wait and see what you say. So Strawberry Fields Fairy is from Toronto, Canada. Okay, so she's hey. Okay.
Vicky, I don't know. Like, I don't know here. It seems to me there are a couple things going on. This is like when you say you're stagnating, you're in stagnation. It seems like it's an attitude, right? It seems like like cerebral, where there's two things going on. It's also emotional, and I don't know if are you recovering from some sort of a loss? I mean, is it still something that's with you? If you could confirm that, just to validate that. On one hand, it's like it's mental, where you are. I I mean, I can see a little bit of burnout with you. You know, when you do go, you're like, when you are moving forward, you're like Mach 2, like you're really moving forward, and then you get so completely overwhelmed by what's happened that you just you lose all your impetus. I don't even know if that makes sense to you, but a lot of it is just that it's like it's trying to reconnect with the reason for why you're doing things. Does this make
I'm not suffering from a loss, but I can
okay?
definitely understand the mental component and definite burnout.
Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, okay. So, but if it's not a loss, then it's like a disappointment, or it's like a heavy emotions, you know? So if it's not as a result of a loss, it's just a lack of, you know, there's like it's like, where's all the joy? You know, there's the burnout, but it's like I don't see you stopping, you know, to smell those proverbial roses. You know, you're like, fuck the roses. You know, it's like I'm just getting, it's just this attitude, frustration, yeah, but a lot of it, it's coming from a perspective and how you're seeing things, and nothing is kind of like it's like going to like a buffet and there's nothing there that you feel like eating. um so and you've been carrying a lot, you've been carrying a lot. So I'm going to ask you, you know what I mean? This 5 of Cups heaviness, right? That is, um, that's still, even though that it's frustration, I still, you know, I think that it's got a little bit of a, it's like you need to change your the lay of the land here. You need something new and exotic, something that is going to kickstart a little bit of inspiration for you. It's like I see you whatever this experience of life that you're going through right now. It's like you're so done with it, and you need to kind of you know, get back into you know, connect more with that sense of awe, and let some new things foster and grow. Does this make sense? Gina, you want to throw
So
some?
I got from my fairy card. This is overindulgence. Okay. So now overindulgence is this when you do this, what she was saying about that you do so much, do so much, do so much, you got to ground. All right. Because it's like overindulgence can be too much good, too much bad. You know what I mean? It's just too much. Whatever it is too much. All right. So grounding will help you with that end of it. So I'm glad I pulled that card. And then I have cleansing waters. All right. Now, when I was just talking about those baths for Sharon, all right, this is purification activates vibrant life force. Okay. This is like taking one of those cleansing baths. Now, you can take it actual physical, really, or you can take this spiritual and cleanse your body and clear your pathway. All right. If it is too much, it is too overwhelming, you got to slow down. You got to ground. You got to clear the clutter. You got to get one thing at a time. You know, you can't solve everything all at once, but you can solve one thing. And then when that's done, you can solve another thing. And then when that's done, you can solve another thing, but not all at once. It's too much. And then it's too much while it's in the head. Write it down. Okay. Trust me on this. Take a piece of paper, put a circle. That's you. Put above it
another circle. That's one issue. Another circle, another issue. Just write all these issues like this, okay? Circles. Put all your problems in all these circles. From that one circle with the problem, draw a line. What could I do to solve this? I'm not saying do it, just saying write it. Okay, write it. Okay, so write the solution for that problem, and then look at the other problems, and then write, a tentative solution for that problem, and that problem, and this problem, and this problem. And then look at it and go, okay, I know I can't do all these things, but which one would be the easiest for me to start with? I can do this one, I'll do that one. Then it will kickstart you and get you on a roll, but it will get you out of your head, and everything will calm down. What's going to help you do that? Grounding and shielding. What's going to help you do that? Cleansing. All right. A spiritual cleanse, whether you do it metaphorically or actually go sit in a tub with some oils and some crystals, right? Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. So, I love mediumship and readings and whatnot, but I feel tired of pushing to where I want to be. So don't push. Okay. You'll do that before you go to bed. Good. Perfect. Do it every day. I mean, you can, I'm not saying you're not going to solve all the world problems in one day or one sitting, and you can have all these different lists. Get a book. I have a book, my Fox book, and I use this for everything. It's in here now because I'm assigning crystals, my things. But this book, I write my dreams in here. I write my issues in here. I do this. So you can have a page for work. You can have a page for relationships. You can have a page for whatever with the circle and all these issues around it, And then again, once it's out of your head and it's in here, you're going to feel like 5 pounds lighter with the first freaking line that you write down. You look very, very serious over there. Yeah. I know. Sorry. I fell down a little rabbit hole there.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, how sometimes when you're doing those fast pulls and the quick read and there's more to it, but it's
yeah.
You know what I mean? You just can't, like when you're doing these little performative reads and that, do you know what I mean? So something definitely is gonna, this will get better. There will be a new start there. Vicky, there will be. It's just, what's happening right now. It's like things need to be, yeah.
Stop being so scattered. You got to calm down and write things down and level out. Because you're just all up here. You need to come back down to here. Come back. We're waiting. We have cookies. Come back.
We have cookies. Right.
Great advice. You might do this. Well, yes, that will be the topic of my book someday. But yeah. But we are at the end of our 2 hours. So I do hope that you all enjoyed the readings that you did get. Yes, they are quick. Yes, they are little toes in the water for this type of thing, but it's it is you're very welcome. It's getting you on the right path. The cards don't lie, they tell the truth. We're just telling you what they say. I trust them wholeheartedly, implicitly. They don't lie. That's it. but I am just so thankful that you came back the 2 weeks in a row. I could do this every week with you. I would love to.
Gina, this is funny. this is way past both of our our respective bedtimes, right? That this is how sad is that? This is when we used to go out at night. Now it's
I know. I used to investigate till the wee hours of the morning.
That's
and it's
right.
now it's like I'm sitting downstairs and I'm watching TV going, I hope this better end right at 9 because I'm going to bed.
You've such great people that showed up. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And just sending all kinds of good juju and holding space for all of you and hoping that that everything gets lighter for you and you end up with your your wish is fulfilled. Paranormal hangover.
Yeah, they used to get paranormal hangovers all the time. And
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'm going to be we're going to do an investigation in March, the end of March 28th. I think it's March 28th over at the Hoover House in Waynesville.
Wow.
And, with my little parakeet. And I can't wait to
Oh.
investigate with her. She's so cute. She's just such a little doll. She's right here.
If you speak to Bob, ask him what's happening at work. Find out why we're picking up. Like, find out what happened. He was in the
I know what's happening. It's like he's crazy at work. Oh, and this is a nice.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Heart amethyst energy for all my women out there. So I send this out to all of you.
Oh, that's beautiful, Gina.
Yeah.
A beautiful piece.
Yeah, I love it. But again, oh, look at, she's so magical. I just love her. She's
cool. You just extinguish it by. Doesn't work. Never mind.
It's supposed to. No, see, you're too bright. You're too bright.
I'd never get to work on the shopping network, would I? See, it's very easy. You just
just do this. Look up brighter.
Right.
See, Sharon's very impressed with you too. I am too. I absolutely adore her. I'm so thankful that she's in my life. I love doing this podcast to meet amazing people, and she's going to be in my life for forever and ever. I can't let her go.
I'm so honored and so blessed. Thank you, Gina. That's like so great.
All right. So I am going to, once I get to this page over here. All right, I got to find my video to say goodbye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
But yeah, so I'll be back next week. I will see you then. And for now, ciao. Thank you, Tina.
Love you, Gina.
Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D. We are here every Thursday evening from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you a variety of guests or our own intuitive oracle card reading shows. We are streaming live on Facebook on my personal page and our YouTube channel, The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, on Mama D's YouTube channel, Angel Meadows, as well as our audio-only venues. We hope you enjoyed our show and our guest or your reading, and we would love it if you would go to our YouTube channel, The Fox Den with Gina B and Mama D, subscribe, share, and definitely hit that notification button to never miss a show. We'll see you all next week, and subscribers, watch for our pop-up shows as well.